Hey, oozes and bunnies. This is a preview of the most recent Party Planning, an extra podcast that the Join the Party crew makes for our Patreon. If you want to listen to the whole thing, go to patreon.com/jointhepartypod. Check out this preview.
Don't panic, Julia!
Panic, Brandon. It always feels like there's a bomb about to go off on everyone.
I love it because
stop doing that.
Yeah, the audience doesn't get to see or feel the panic of the countdown from the recording, and it just seems like we are the weird ones.
Yes, but we are. We're also the weird ones.
That's true.
So, what can you do? What's up, Brandon? How you doing? How's it going?
It's going fine. It's rained for the first time in a couple weeks.
Yeah. It's been raining a lot here, but the weather is finally kind of cooling down. Mm-hmm. However, August always has a false fall. And then when you get to the end of August, it's like, oh no, it's hot again. This sucks.
Is that true for New York in general? Or is that true for the world?
Yeah, no, that's definitely true for New York. I don't know about other places because I don't live other places. I live in New York.
I think we're on the same latitude. So I wonder if that's true for here too. Because
but I live on an island, Brandon.
That's true. You do. Is Long Island actually an island or is it a peninsula?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. It's cut off.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it doesn't touch anything else. Maybe
you're gonna float away.
Maybe someday.
Maybe
we're gonna be the future Atlantis.
That'd be tight as hell.
That would be.
Can you imagine how much that would suck for some future civilization to be spending millions of dollars, trillions of dollars to find the lost city of Atlantis, and they get there and it's like, I walk and I talk and I drink my coffee. Hey,
the dollar slice. That'd be great. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I think the Disney movie Atlantis, The Lost Empire would have been better if they got down there and then everyone spoke with Italian-American accents.
Honestly, that would be fantastic. I would love it.
Yeah.
And they're just like, we should just leave Atlantis down there. We should not.
We shouldn't bring it back.
We should just leave it alone. There's a reason why it's the lost continent.
Yeah. They flew too close to the sun, and by that I mean they charged too little for dollar slices.
How are you doing, Julia? What's going on with you?
I'm doing great. I just got back from a wedding this past weekend. That was awesome. It was like a 3-day camp affair on a farm in upstate New York. It was a legit farm. They had a bunch of farm animals, and as we were getting driven to our little campsite, because we all stayed in yurts essentially.
That's awesome.
The guy was like, oh yeah, there's their alpacas and the goats, of course, and their sheep and whatnot. And he said he looks behind us at us, and he says, yeah, everything is pettable if you can catch it. And I said, challenge accepted, sir. I'm gonna catch all those animals.
What a fucking challenge. I love it.
Yeah, they also had a bunch of their barn cats had kittens, and I know at least 3 couples that took a kitten home with them.
Holy shit, seriously?
Best wedding ever.
Your wedding gift was just a fucking cat?
Yeah, it was one of the wedding gifts.
Holy shit, that's insane. That's wild.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
So did you get to pet anything?
Oh, I pet all the things, Brandon.
Did you get to pet the alpaca?
The alpaca was tough. There was one baby alpaca, and she would get really close to you, and then if you tried to touch her, she would run away. But I managed to swipe her one time, and I was like, oh, you're so soft. Come back. Her name was Eloise. She had the biggest eyes I've ever seen.
Oh, Eloise is such a good name for an alpaca.
It is. Apparently, the alpacas were having alpaca drama because the dad and the older brother were mad about how much attention Eloise was getting, so they had to separate them. It was extremely cute, Brandon. It was extremely
really funny. Is that are alpacas the one that protect the herd of sheep? Or is that a llama?
I don't know. Alpacas I know are they alpaca like fur or whatever is good for clothing and whatnot. And I also know that you have to have them in like you can't just have one alpaca because then they get too sad and die.
Oh shit! Seriously?
Yeah. Yeah. They need a partner, otherwise they get too sad and they die.
So sad. Okay, so apparently, I'm thinking of a llama. Alpacas will warn a shepherd that a predator is near, but they won't defend the flock the way that a llama will. A llama will fuck up a wolf if it comes near.
Well, Brandon, they didn't need that because they had 2 like farm dogs who are like big working dogs. And when you first got into like one of the hotel area, which is not where we stayed. Again, we stayed in a yurt. They had earplugs, and I was like, "Oh, what are these for? Are they just like so people can go to sleep?" And it says like on a sign next to them, be like, "Here's Duke and Daisy. They're working dogs, but that requires them to bark at predators at 3 a.m. So here you go." And I was like, best reason to have earplugs ever, honestly.
Oh, that's so good. What kind of dogs were they?
They were like big, I think they were like Great Pyrenees or something equivalent to that. They were like big, white, shaggy dogs. And like in the middle of the wedding reception, all of a sudden, like there's these big doors that are open because it was in a huge barn, essentially. And like we're all dancing on the dance floor. Then I look to my right, and there's just a huge matted white dog next to me, and I'm like, "Hello, sweet angel."
Did he jump up on your shoulders and then start dancing with you?
No.
Oh, slow dance to John
This
Mayer?
is the laziest dog ever. And then like a solid 5 other people ascended on that dog, which is giving it all the pets.
That's incredible. A bunch of drunk wedding guests playing with the dog on the dance floor is the ideal wedding.
Great.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. That sounds fun. I'm glad you got to do that. I heard you also got to walk the guest of honor down the aisle, or? Yeah,
my friends had their dog Peppa be the flower girl for the wedding. And
Peppa?
So I got the honor of walking Peppa down the aisle.
Oh, that's so cute. What was Peppa wearing?
She had a cute little, like, sort of pastel tie-dye bow dress on.
That's really good.
It was adorable.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Well, we're not just here to talk about weddings.
We're not?
We can if you want.
No. Please don't.
We're here to talk about shit that we like. It's a chill hour with Brando and Julia.
Yeah.
What up? Eric
Brandon,
and Amanda.
I love talking about things that I like.
Yeah, me too. Eric and Amanda are on vacation, so we just thought it's been a while since we talked about something like X-Men or Star Wars or whatever. So we'll just share some good shit. Oh, speaking of, did you hear? This is not a great thing. The Acolyte got canceled.
Yeah, that sucks.
Fucking brutal. I mean, it was not a good show, but it still sucks.
Yeah. Manny Jacinto deserves better than that. That's my hot take.
He was without spoiling, he was that guy?
The guy.
Yeah, he was really fucking good. And he's a great actor. Yeah. Yeah, it's a bummer, but
yeah.
Anyway, what have you been listening to? What have you been reading? What you been watching? What you been playing? What's been exciting?
So I do like doing throughout the workday when I am kind of all caught up with my podcasts that release on a weekly basis. I do like to have an audiobook going on.
Oh.
And it also helps me in the morning when Jake leaves for work. My brain just goes into overdrive and it's hard for me to fall asleep. But if someone's talking to me and I can half focus on words, easier to fall asleep.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah. What time does Jake leave for work?
Jake gets up usually about like 5:30. And I like to be asleep until at least 8:30. So yeah, usually I need a little bit of just brain quiet time. So I have been doing a lot of audiobooks on my Libby app lately.
Love it.
I'm a big fan of the audiobooks for the Imperial Ratch series.
Oh, what is that?
If you've never heard of it, the first book is Ancillary Justice. They're by, the author's name is Anne Leckie.
Oh, okay.
And they are like, basically it is a space opera, sci-fi kind of thing. The main character, so a little bit of context, in this world there is a like big imperial empire that is run by this one character who is like the emperor of this whole situation, who has been living for thousands of years because she keeps passing down her own like consciousness into multiple bodies.
Cool.
That
The dream.
She replenishes, you know, when they get old or if they're killed or etc. So she's like impossible to kill, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And that same technology is used for the AI of ships, like battleships, essentially, where they take people prisoner and they insert the consciousness of the AI into all of the bodies.
Holy shit.
Yes, it's extremely intense. So the main character of the series is a character named Breck, who is the only remaining body of one of the ships that was destroyed. So this
That's
body
cool.
ended up getting off of the ship before the entire ship was destroyed. And so she is like no longer attached in a way that she used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And so she is out there trying to get revenge on who destroyed her and the rest of her bodies and her
That's
ship.
awesome. I love that. That's a great premise.
It is dope. I think honestly, the first book is a little slow, but the second and third books are like some of my favorite sci-fi books I've ever read.
That's awesome. Does the author read them? And the
No, the books are actually read by, I'm going to forget the actress's name off
Sure.
the top of my head right now, but she plays Lady Danbury in all of the Bridgerton series.
No way.
Yeah. And I was listening to it once and Jake was like, why is Helen Mirren saying fuck so much? And I said, it's not Helen Mirren, it's Lady Danbury.
That's incredible.
That was great. My favorite part was the accent work. If you like that, you gotta hear the rest of Party Planning by joining the Patreon at patreon.com/jointhepartypod.